You are?
Oh, look at you. I see you. You're right there.
And I'm lit up green and white. Because
look at that. I got a green and white.
That deserves anything. Thank you.
But hold on, before we get to the green and white, okay? I'm leaving my hat off because there was breaking news this afternoon.
Right? Tell me.
Well, here you go. Look, this is in honor of the breaking news. Got to look at the camera because you're missing it.
Okay, where's it? Oh, bounce around. Beautiful. Look at that. What do we got?
The New York Knicks extended Josh Hart's contract. He will be with them through the 27-28 season.
Woo! This is good news. I knew nothing about that.
Yeah, $81 million. $81 million extension.
And what you don't understand is I'm learning this for the first time.
There you go.
The kind of quick information we get here, guys.
By the way, real quick, that's still Mark Blanchard. I'm still Jet Steve. But yeah, there's your.
What you don't understand is
what you understand is the Knicks.
We got Josh Hart. Who else do we have?
Well, everybody's still in place. Randall hasn't been traded.
Okay, good.
And Quigley hasn't been traded. And Barrett hasn't been traded.
Quigley being
Brunson
hurt.
Is not,
Quigley
Brunson's
being hurt cost us that series, by the way.
Who did?
Quigley being hurt during the Miami series cost us that series.
And Randall was playing at 80% too.
And Randall was hurt. Yeah, he was playing, but he was hurt.
But
anyway, you know what? Let me explain something to you because I got it right here.
Oh, look at that.
Steel Libido Red.
Steel Libido Red.
Okay, for the Knights that you want a little extra something.
Oh.
There's no need for fake nonsense. There's no need for artificial ingredients. None of that. You go to win all natural products.
All natural.
And you take a couple Steel Red.
Just two.
And all I can 2 to 4.
4? You're gonna be like
if you take 4, I would suggest back off.
You take 4, you might need an ice pack or a trip to the emergency room. That's what I'm saying.
But here they are, baby, and I'm feeling good because, as you can hear, they're in here. But also,
you'll be like
some are missing.
Like,
you know why they're missing?
Because you used them.
That's right.
But you don't want to take 4 because you'll end up like Mickey Donovan in the emergency room.
Almost, not quite. They're not unnatural like that. So they go through your system, you urinate them out. It's all good. It's all natural.
All natural. All right, put the bottle down because I can't see you.
Okay, back down.
There you go.
Let's go. All right.
So hold on. I know we're going to focus on the Jets, but I want to touch on something. Okay.
Okay. You already.
Now, I'm just going to put. Well, first off, the Piazza hat makes me feel better anyway.
Okay, that is better. Until you get to the World Series with him, and that's a different story.
So, they pulled their nonsense again yesterday. Men on third, 8th inning can't get him in.
Nope.
Get to the 9th inning. Get your guy on base. Pete tries to hit it out. Gets under it. 1 out. Vogelback double play. Game over. So they've essentially
Vogelback, by the way,
7 games
has 30 RBIs. It's middle of August.
So Drew Smith comes in, gives up the go-ahead homer.
So all part of the nonsense.
All part of the nonsense. But I will say this, and we talked about this off the air. They and the reason I learned they sent down Brett Beatty. It's because apparently his head was all screwed up. He was pressing too hard because he had a really
trying to do what Alonso's doing, but he doesn't have
bad July. He had a really bad July. He was pressing, and they looked at him and they go, "Look, this kid's got a huge future with us. Let's send him down. He might only be down there for 2 weeks."
Get your head.
That's what they said. Could be 2 weeks.
Okay.
Get your head straight. You come back up. You're our guy. So that was that.
Okay.
Mauricio's not coming up because he's in a funk. So they're like, well, why are we going to bring him up if he's in a funk? So that's why he hasn't come up.
Okay.
They didn't say. They said. Listen. They said that if Mauricio gets super hot, which who knows, he could 50% be a September call up just for the fans to see him.
Right.
But they'll see him next year. There's not a doubt in my mind they'll see him next year. And then
this is hurting everything you're saying.
In true Gary Cohen form.
Okay.
So they talk to Gelbs, who's got nothing to talk about. And Gelbs is being very diplomatic. And he says, guys, and it's one of our top pitching prospects down in Syracuse. It's one of our top guys. He might make the team next year. He says, I don't want to say this the way, but I will say that, so whatever the guy's name is pitching a very strong game, and very, very good possibility he might go to the 9th inning pitching this very strong game. And Gary all but says, oh, yeah, so there's no, I mean, he didn't say no hitter, but he said, oh, there's no hits. And Gelbs was holding the line. And then they come back from break. Gary, hey, guess who gave up a hit? The guy's unbelievable.
He does it to the minor leagues too. He doesn't just beat us up here. He beats us up down there. Why can't he get a hold on that? He's the best sports announcer in baseball, except for that.
I think it's twofold. One, he honestly might get a little bit of a kick out. I think he gets a little bit of a kick out of it in a sick way.
Maybe.
But anyway,
he is very sardonic in his remarks and everything. I think the other one is he doesn't believe in superstition, so he
doesn't believe. You know, the thing is, he says he doesn't believe in it, and I think he keeps saying it to prove to everybody how he doesn't believe in it. But I think deep down inside, he believes in it.
I think he believes in it too.
Anyway, so there you go.
Okay.
Now, let's get to the
get for that. Oh, not for that. For that, you get Jets, Jets. Woo!
Brought to you by our sponsor,
Irwin. And Steel Libido Red for the day. On those days that you want a little extra, don't worry about it. Don't be taking nonsense blue pills or anything like that. You take the red ones.
Natural.
They offer you the red or the blue. You take the red pill. You know that. There
all natural.
All natural, 100%.
So listen, Jets are on Hard Knocks. I don't get HBO Max.
Oh, man.
But I know somebody who does.
And that would be me, folks.
So tell me about Hard Knocks.
And let me tell you something. From the opening second, from the first note of that first episode, you had me. You didn't just have me, you buried me. I was in tears before the credits, the opening credits, because who do they show in comparison with number 8? But number 12.
Number 12.
Old school footage from the days of yesteryear. The number 1 going into the sky, the guarantee, everything. And then they segued into the next Hall of Fame quarterback that the New York Football Jets are in frenzy times with right now.
It is.
I have to tell you something. It was beautiful. And I have to say something, because you and I both know when this whole thing was being dragged out for like 7 years or however long it took to get him.
Felt like it.
You and I had a lot of doubts, not about his talent. It's undeniable. One of the greatest. I mean, you could argue if he gets another Super Bowl, he could be better than any of them overall. If he goes to another team, I mean, that's how good he was. 4 MVPs. That's Peyton Manning territory. That's Brady. I mean, that's the top.
So understood. But the doubt, and I'll remind everybody, my doubt was the longevity of him being here. I
don't
still.
doubt for a second it's a multiple year commitment.
Oh yeah,
Not for a second. Dude, this team is so fired up underneath them. There was a guy, Sauce Gardner, not a guy, Sauce Gardner, over there telling him how he wanted to play for 40 years and how proud, and Aaron with a little smile said, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Sort of
Well,
a
look,
name it. That's sort of a name it response, Yeah,
62, yeah.
I love you. I really do love you.
So that's
we go
good.
on.
So
He spoke to some other guy that was like 10 when he started, and he was a cornerback for us. I can't think of his name, saying what an honor it was. And then they flashed to the field and different pickups of conversations from Quinnen Williams to John Franklin Meyer to C.J. Mosley, defenders to all the tight ends, everybody, and everyone was saying, including and multiple times Zach Wilson, that learning from this guy and watching his habits and seeing what it is just absolutely mesmerizing. He said this guy, and when you hear him and how passionate he is about this team, he likes the Big Apple.
Well, listen.
He wants a world championship bad.
Well, listen, I know he does, and this whole summer he's been taking it all in, and he's in the honeymoon phase, which is good, So,
dude,
hope he stays in it.
He was doing these drills of no look passes,
right?
And the team was going out of their mind. They were punching each other on the shoulder. Did you see that?
What?
Did you see that? He was looking.
Look what they spent 2 seasons watching.
That's what they did. And bang, bing, bing, bang, bing, bing, all over the place. And then come Cleveland game with coaching called in by him. Zach Wilson pumps, looks right, throws a deep bomb left right into the fingertips of
whoa. Time.
Right.
I saw that pass. And let me tell you something right now. Aaron Rodgers makes that pass. Dude's in the end zone.
Well, maybe not. Well, maybe because okay, but they
make the leap.
But you could see that the guy pulled up for one step.
The guy pulled up. He reached out. That dude made a hell of a catch.
It was the receiver's fault, though. They all said it. He pulled up.
That dude made a hell of a catch.
It's on Hard Knocks.
I watched the tape myself.
I don't care. They all said it. He pulled up a step. He said he pulled up a step. He didn't think it was going to get there.
Some Zach Wilson apologist was telling me that. I said, I'm not doubting that he has the arm to make the throw. He's always had the arm to make the throw. He just can't make it right. And you look at it, and this dude, whoever that receiver is, he made a heck of a catch.
And then he made a no-look pass, and Aaron elbowed Strebler next to him and everything. Said, see, that's it. That's it.
And by the way, then he proceeded to miss this guy. Oh, now here's something that you should have watched.
But he played the first half very well.
Hold on. He still doesn't stay in the pocket long enough.
No.
And he makes
actually at one point when he didn't stay in the pocket and he
made a problem.
He said, take off. You could see Aaron Rodgers, take off. And he tried to throw it and he threw it to nothing.
There was a couple of plays that I watched this guy, and this guy broke it down. He goes, if he stays right here, doesn't move, he'll see
2 guys.
Read number 3.
Right.
But the game is still moving too fast for him. So he
comes
comes up in the pocket.
That's our backup.
And then he makes trouble for himself.
That's our backup. Okay.
He's a backup.
Because we've got Aaron Rodgers, who by the way,
here's a funny thing. So
they were doing drills. Wait, let me just say one more thing. They were showing drills.
Yeah.
And one of the drills, and I remember this drill, is you call red or blue because you got to throw it through the square.
Right.
And he would dart left, red, boom, blue, boom, red, boom, blue, boom, like this. Then they go for the bomb.
Right.
60 yards downfield. Right in the net.
Dude, that's the difference.
I mean,
You know, you can have all the art.
and that's what two guys said. They go, "This guy's different. This
Well,
guy's
dude,
different."
this is a difference between. I mean, forget about Zach Wilson, who's got a very strong arm and just doesn't know how to fucking use it.
He's gonna learn. He's gonna learn.
Well, listen, this has always been his problem.
But he's smart. He's a kid.
Can't put it together, dude.
He's still a kid. Look,
I don't care. He's in his third season.
Peyton Manning threw 60 interceptions in his first three
seasons. This is his blessing right here. If he's ever going to turn it around.
Look, Aaron won't argue. Aaron won't argue with him. Aaron wanted to start from day one. He spent 4 years behind Brett. 3 years behind Brett. Okay, so he's going to spend 3 years behind Aaron.
Let me tell you something. You won't spend 3 years. He'll be gone in 3 years.
No, he's being kept. They're re-signing him.
Oh, okay.
They talked about it last night. They may resign.
So let's stick to let me stick to Aaron Rodgers here, and because you mentioned how they were all going nuts watching him on make these throws. I watched the Rich Eisen show, and they were talking about it, and they brought up two things. And the two things they brought up was Saleh was mic'd up, of course, for Hard Knocks, and he's making these throws. And Saleh is like beside himself. Like, he's like, oh my God, did you see the throw? Did you see that throw? Like, he can't believe, he's like, oh my God. The other thing they said was they went to the, after the thing, they're in the defensive film room. And Ulbrich, our defensive coordinator, is showing film of Rodgers making all these throws during that game they just had, that practice they had.
Right.
And he looks to his minions, his entire defensive squad, and he says to them, you see that? We are going to be in every single game this year. If we do our job like we did last year and we do it this year, we're going to win a lot of games. I thought you would like that.
I love that. And let me tell you, about a third of the way through the show, a helicopter appears in the sky and it's flying towards him and everything. And he said, oh my goodness. Aaron goes, that's the voice of God. That's the voice of God coming. And who do they drop into the thing but Liev Schreiber, who is the voice of Hard Knocks. And he said, I've never been to a camp, but I'm a Jet fan. And Aaron, I want you to know, thank you. And Aaron said, I've been a fan of you. And he goes, oh my God, you don't understand what a fan I am of you. Thank you for coming here. We're going to do some magic this year.
Now listen, listen, honeymoon phase, all good.
Yes.
It's only going to get better after the win on Monday night against the Bills. Good stuff. After that, we'll see what happens. I hope to God he proves me wrong and he stays more than one season.
Oh, he is going to. I'm going to tell you something. He knows about this too. And he's in New York. And he knows about it.
I don't think he needs that.
Well, I don't either. That's the fun part. It's not about the need. It's about the want. It's about the extra pizzazz.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking
of extra.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to go back a little bit. Two Jets went into the Hall of Fame over the weekend. Darrelle Revis, which I'm not going to go into a long thing on, but long deserved Joe Klecko.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Tell me. Talk to me.
I promised you a little stuff that I learned.
You did, and I haven't heard it yet.
Okay. So unlike a lot of guys, Joe Klecko graduated high school and had that many offers to play at college.
That's it.
Zero.
I never knew that.
One.
I never knew that at all.
Right? No offers. So he goes to work. He's doing truck. He's truck driver. Right? He's driving a truck for about almost 2 years at this point.
Right.
And he gets word that there's a semi-pro team that would like him to come try out. They're like, hey, come try out. He's 20. He says, okay. So his girlfriend at the time, who is now his wife, drives him out to the semi-pro team somewhere out in Western Pennsylvania where he's from. They get to the field and he gets cold feet. And he doesn't want to get out of the car.
Klecko.
He's like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe these guys, they're semi-pro. I don't know if I have it. And his wife looked at him and said, gave him the pep talk and basically kicked his butt out of the car. So needless to say, he made the team. And one of the coaches for the semi-pro team was a coach at Temple University in downtown Philadelphia. And he brought Joe's attention to the head coach, and they said, wow, this guy is good. And they offered him a full ride. So at 20, after not playing football for over a year and a half, not getting any offers, he plays semi-pro for a season. He gets a full ride to Temple. And then the Jets draft him in the 6th round. Now he's at the first practice. And one of the veterans says to him, yeah, you know, you're only going to be here for a little while because you're basically a camp body because you're a 6th round pick. You know, they got money invested in other guys. So you're just going to be here for a little bit. So enjoy it. And Klecko's like, screw that. This is my chance, right? So they're supposed to be going half to 3/4. He's going full tilt. And he busts through the line, and the Jets starting running back, whoever the guy was, he busts through the line and knocks this guy nearly out. I mean, the guy's completely woozy. And all these other vets start getting in Klecko's face. What are you doing? It's not supposed to be full tilt, blah, blah. And he's like, hey, I'm here to make this team. You got a problem with that? That's fine. I'm going to be here all day.
That's Klecko. Well,
needless to say,
Klecko did challenge Gastineau to a fight too.
Well, that was years later. But at the end of the day, 6th round pick makes the team that year. Flash forward, 1 Pro Bowl, move him to another position, another Pro Bowl, move him to another position. History of the NFL, only guy in the history of the NFL. 3 Pro Bowls, 3 different positions on the defensive line. Nobody else has ever done it.
Nope.
So he went into the Hall of Fame, long deserved, well deserved. Joe Klecko, number 73. Joe Klecko.
And I'm going to give you, listen, so did Revis. And as I said, those 6-7 years sample of Revis might be the greatest sample of a defensive position player ever in the history of the game for that amount of time. Now there have been better, longer. There have been the Lawrence.
I will say best defensive back in that 7 years, bar none. I mean, yeah, there's defensive players who played 7+ years.
Yeah, well, there was Dion, and overall Dion's one of the greatest, if not the greatest. Ronnie Lott as safety, some of the best.
Lawrence Taylor, dude.
Lawrence Taylor. I hate to admit it, but no,
guy changed the position.
Give me one guy.
He changed.
Who's the greatest defender of all time? It's him.
Let me tell you something. There was no edge before Lawrence Taylor.
Him.
There was no edge.
Unstoppable.
Defensive lineman, and either had 3 linebackers or Parcells had 4. But Taylor, here, there, up,
anywhere.
Down, he basically was the prototype for what we now have edge rushers.
And not only that, but he could line up anywhere. He could line up over center and get through. It didn't matter. Nobody could stop him. Nobody
could stop him. So, but anyway, Joe Klecko, Darrelle Revis. Very good.
Okay, let's talk. We gave the predictions last week. As you know, you got it written down. What was my low?
What is your low?
My low prediction.
Your low prediction was total wins. Your low prediction was 12, but then you bumped it to 13.
Okay. I was about to do the same. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you have it at 13-4.
And I want to tell you something. without a doubt. After what I saw on that Hard Knocks, which to me was the best Hard Knocks I've ever seen, including all the Rex Ryan Hard Knocks, because Rex Ryan Hard Knocks was supposed to be basically Rex Ryan. You know, it was him talking about, that's all they kept the camera on. Now they went everywhere. Now, first of all, Saleh had an interesting, and I love this. He started it out with, okay, boys, I want everyone in the room to write something down about this, to take this into memory, because this is an important message I'm about to give. And it's a very, it's very important for life. It's just important. He said, there's only one bird in the history of all birds that will attack unprovoked an eagle, an American bald, a big eagle flying in the sky, because no bird can take down an eagle. But there's one bird, and it's a crow. A crow will hop on the back if he sees him sitting still or something, and start pecking away at the eagle. The eagle, instead of just turning and fighting, and could do that and win with the razor sharp claws and with the beak and the power of what an eagle is, even a bigger crow it could probably take down. The eagle takes flight, and like you're watching now, up out of view, all the way until the crow can't breathe. There's not enough air up there. Keeps flying until the crow falls, passed out, falls, dies, to the sky. The eagle goes.
So that's not as the crow flies, it's as the crow falls.
As the crow falls. Very good. What he was saying, and I loved it.
What was he saying?
At this point, they were like, wow, that's cool. What the hell does this have to do with anything? And what he was saying is, they're going to come at us like crows now. We're expected to be the top dog. We're not afraid of it. We're okay with it. And when they climb on our backs, we're going to give them an extra inch of height. And when they try to take us down, we're going to fly higher. We are the Jets. Jets, Jets. And everyone went wild.
Wow, I gotta say, it's probably you had to be there, because I'm still sitting here going, that's
Saleh. Oh man, he is brilliant. I'll tell you something. I watched a whole bunch of stuff of how excited he is. Yeah. The only guy I have above him in enthusiasm is Rex Ryan.
Well, they're a little different. I mean, Rex,
But I do not have the same type of enthusiasm. His is enthusiasm, almost learned. Like he sees something that he wants to work. It works. It's beautiful. It's that. Rex was like, did you see him hit that fucking guy?
Yeah, Saleh strikes me as the he's got like a self-help guru background.
Yeah, he reminds me with a lot more enthusiasm to the poet, the Zen master, basketball.
Pat Riley?
Pat Riley. Not Pat Riley. The other one. The Zen
Bill Jackson.
Bill Jackson. He reminds me of a combination of Pat Riley and Phil Jackson and a little bit of Parcells. Because he's also...
Yeah, he doesn't strike. Parcells... He
has a little bit of the realism that Parcells had.
Parcells was like... One thing Parcells was very good at was the psychology of what player was standing across from him and the words to use with that player. Because there were certain guys that he, in Parcells' version of coddled, and there were certain guys that he just ripped and shredded because he knew the psychology of those guys. Because you can't talk to every player the same way. Just like you can't talk to every actress the same.
Oh,
right.
Let's not go there. While we had a beautiful opening, thank you very much. There's not, and apparently I'm getting some fine reviews coming today. So I'm excited to see them.
Good.
But that being said, I'm not over the pain of the remain unnamed
She,
Actress.
you know that old saying, that which doesn't kill me will only make me stronger.
Well, it's been close.
All right.
But
So
I'll get strong.
speaking of close, we're getting close.
Yes, we are.
Pearls of wisdom?
Very close.
Pearls of wisdom?
So pearls of wisdom are, okay? Today's pearl of wisdom, not another day's, although it fits in every day, okay, is about, are you ready? Belief.
Belief.
Yes.
Okay.
Belief in oneself. You are going to come across many times. There are going to be doubters. There are going to be people saying blah, 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 yada, 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 all that stuff to you. And you're going to hear it like, oh, I'm bad. Oh, I'm no good. Oh, I can't make it. But if you don't hear that way, and you hear instead, that's one person's thought. That's another person's thought. They stink. They smell, but they have a right to the thought. So dig it. And inside yourself, you say, I'm going up. I'm going on top. I'm taking the high road. I believe in myself. I put the work in. I learned the equation. I have it here. I have it here. Okay, and I've got it there. Just in case. Woo!
Just in case.
Okay?
Right.
And
But you had the
because of
belief.
that, and because of that, instead of the battle, instead of the negativity, instead of the angst that you would go through by doing that, instead of the energy you would waste going there, it's all here. It's like if someone says negative things to you, and you come to your friend and say, I can't believe what she said. She said this and she said this. And if you have a good friend and the friend says, who the fuck cares? Well, what do you mean? I think it's, don't give it any energy. Don't believe in yourself.
If you, is it true? Well, no, then don't believe it.
Boom.
Right?
So I know the truth and I live the truth. And now my show, because of it, is living the truth. And all those negative nonsense, wasted time, blah.
So you got to have
because I
belief.
have belief in myself. That's not conceit. Listen, there's a big difference between conceit and arrogance. Okay? Conceited person brags about everything, and I'm going to say, I'm going to take it a step better than that. Conceited and arrogance are in a way the same thing.
They're they are
the same thing. It's in an arrogant, you think you're cool, you're acting this and everything, and you might not be. And conceited, you brag about stuff and everything, may or may not be. But confidence is a whole different game. And confidence is the lack of arrogance and conceit. So when you believe in yourself, you're confident. Things don't destroy. When you don't believe in yourself and you have to make it up and you have to do that, that's when you get that buffoon kind of like false nonsense that you get.
That's when you run into trouble.
That's when you fall.
That's when you fall.
How do we bring this pearl of wisdom into the Jets?
Well, pretty much is this.
The Jets are confident.
The Jets are confident. They believe in themselves.
They do.
They got a quarterback who believes in them
and himself.
Well, because he knows what he can do. He has no doubts about his ability.
You keep me upright.
His lack of doubt, no doubt about his ability, is not conceit nor arrogance. It's confidence.
Confidence. And it's
so his confidence.
It's tried.
His confidence breeds their confidence, which feeds the seed, waters the seed of belief.
And I'll tell you something. Salah's got it too.
Yes, he does.
Salah's not an ounce of arrogance, right? But he is confident as a mofo.
He is, and he believes it. He genuinely believes in it. It's not phony.
So that's our pearl of wisdom today. Believe in yourself with pure God. That's a pearl of wisdom. Don't forget, Irwin, when you're feeling confident and you want to go just a little deeper, just a little longer, you take 2.
Just as 2.
When you want to blow the roof off of the house,
No.
you go
2.
overboard.
Just take 2.
It's okay to go overboard once in a while.
Take 2. Anyway. All
Beautiful.
right. Very good.
All right. Once again, this has been What You Don't Understand Is. I'm Mark Blanchard. That there, Jets Steve Weisgal. Look at that. It's been another episode and another brilliant
You don't
episode.
understand. And we'll see you next time. Yeah. All right. Adios.
Peace.